Woo! Now, before I get too deep into this, I feel as though I really ought to come clean. There is somewhat of an ulterior motive behind coming and driving the M240i today. I'm actually thinking of buying one, but don't tell anyone. This is something of a sneaky test drive, in perhaps more sense than one. You will be getting a true consumer's eye view of exactly what this new M240 is like. And it is sometimes difficult when a car has been met with such critical acclaim as this, to go into it with a completely unbiased mindset, but that's what I'm going to try and do. We're going to explore some of the tech, the features, the drivetrain. It's going to be a fun day, but it might be a very tough day on my wallet. We'll see. So, as I mentioned before, this new M240i features a revised version of the same 6-cylinder turbocharged B58 unit as the one that went into the old car, and all of the 40 designated BMWs such as the 440i, the 340i, the Zephyr M40i, X3 M40i, etc., etc. Now, that's going to cause so much grief and arguing. There are two types of people in the car world, regardless of where your brand allegiance is like. There are those that like B58s, and rightly so, think that it is an absolute belter of an engine, and those who are a little bit salty about it. This is merely my subjective opinion as a petrol head. This is, I'm going to say it, I really do think this is the best straight-six turbocharged engine of the last couple of decades. And it is such a wicked engine. The power delivery is so linear. No matter where you are in the red band, if you put your foot down, the thing just surges. It's got heaps of torque, and God, it's good. There is absolutely heaps of torque. In fact, power and torque output wise, it is pretty much on a par with the outgoing M2. And again, this is going to cause so much controversy. I've spent a lot of time with the outgoing M2. This feels as good, if not slightly better. It's going to cause so much bickering, but it is a truly brilliant piece of BMW engineering. Almost a sort of a greatest hits. It just seems like all of the best bits of BMW M cars from the last 2 decades all rolled into one, and it isn't even a full fat M2. That's due at some point in the future, and I honestly cannot imagine, given how potent and well executed this thing is, just how good that car is going to be. Honestly, the mind boggles. Once you find a piece of ribbonous tarmac like this, pointed into corners, and it is the X-Drive system. I've got to talk about the X-Drive system. Obviously, it has the ability to send power to all 4 wheels, but in sport mode, it does have the capability, if its clever onboard brain dictates that that's what you want, to send all of the power exclusively to the rear wheels. As someone who drives a 4-wheel drive, high-performance car, it doesn't feel inherently 4-wheel drive. It feels rear-wheel drive, but you have the stability and the control of a 4-wheel drive car. It is incredible. And honestly, rest assured, the 4-wheel drive system does not in any way dilute just how pure the driving experience is with this car. It's absolutely exquisite. It's so beautifully dialed in. And that sound, that sound. God, I love this. This is absolutely sensational. Wow. Well done, BMW. The other thing that I really like about this car, and it has long been the party trick of M performance vehicles, is the duality of it. If you stick it in comfort, the dampers are really, really soft. It's actually a really pleasant, comfortable environment to be. I could happily sit in here in comfort mode for hundreds of miles, and I do a lot of miles. But as soon as you put it into sport mode, the way the personality just switches, everything thumbs up, everything becomes more taut and controlled, and it's firm without being crashy, which on English B roads is a really important skill to be able to carry off. And the turning is just exceptional. Honestly, God, I know I'm gushing a little bit here, but this is just a superb piece of kit. I've driven a lot of performance cars doing what I do. And I'm really grateful and fortunate that I do get to experience a really broad cross-section of different vehicles from different manufacturers. And honestly, I feel perfectly comfortable going out on a limb and saying that this is just one of the best. Oh, gosh, that is fantastic. Usually I've prepared some long, pre-rehearsed flowing monologue, airing my thoughts about the car that I've just driven, but there really isn't anything else to say. It's absolutely exquisite. Not an adjective that I use all that often to describe cars, but it is just perfect. The engine, the chassis, the interior, the user interface, just the way the whole thing's set up and tied together. It is BMW doing what BMW do best, which is produce absolutely sublime driver-centric performance cars. It is genuinely brilliant, and I absolutely, honestly mean that. I'm really blown away by that. Really, genuinely blown away by that. If you'd like to book an appointment to explore the M240i in greater detail, which I really strongly advise you do, then please don't hesitate to contact a member of our dedicated Listers BMW team who will be on hand to assist you. But if you don't mind me, I'm going to go and spend a little bit more time with it. Nice.